up near that?
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
Okay. Who do you think Vic would rather have on his football team? Phillips or Phillips or Maxx Crosby?
Who do I think who would rather have?
Vic.
That's a great question. It's a great question. I'm almost inclined to say Phillips. Just because Vic really likes the dudes that can do everything. That's why, Hassan Reddick would have never worked with Vic. Now, I don't think that Max is that one trick. I don't. I think he's got a lot more to his game than just.
Oh wait, I want to stop you there. So you thought Phillips had a really good impact when he came here, right?
Yeah, okay. I think it was pretty good.
Well, I didn't think he had any impact in Miami. That's like here. Well,
nobody had impact there.
Okay, why would anybody think that Maxx Crosby would have impact in a shitty Raiders team if he came to a better place with better players? Why wouldn't you think Maxx Crosby's game?
Well, Max has had a big impact in LA and in Vegas.
Okay, well, why wouldn't you think if that guy came to better players and a better coach and a better situation that his game wouldn't pick up and make an even bigger impact? I didn't think Phillips was dog shit in my. I really didn't think he. I don't want to talk shit on the kid. I'm not talking shit on the kid. Okay, I'm just saying
Crosby's the better player. So if I can't get inside Fangio's head, I think he'd want Max because Max is just a better football player.
He's a better football player.
But Vic, Vic is a little goofy with that. Sometimes Vic prefers different types of players for different reasons. The same reason that Vic Fangio thinks Reed Blankenship's a better safety than C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I don't know if he actually is. I don't think he is. But, for what Vic wants and what Vic likes, he wants disciplined. He wants guys that play the scheme. Don't get out of whack. Don't gamble too much out there. So I can't really tell. But I would think he'd want Max. I mean, Max is the better player.
He's a better player.
Yeah, I don't think that's tough to say.
No, it's not tough to say. Gary's also 6'5.5", 280 pounds.
Well, Jaelan Phillips is no slouch.
No, but he's like 255. I mean, and he's a big. This dude's 280. This guy's built like Miles Garrett. He's like one of them big giant. He's a big dude, man. And I'll tell you what, if I were him, leaving the Packers, I got Mike on the other side? I don't know, man. That's not something I'm looking.
Dude, I said this earlier, and everybody, people don't like it because we're here on JAKIB. We're talking to Philly fans mostly. We got some people in here that are from other fan bases, I'm sure, as we always do. But, one of the other teams that's been highly connected to Maxx Crosby is the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm just going to say this, if let's just play a scenario, and I get it. It's not, we don't know if this is going to happen, but if the Cowboys sign Kobe Dean, they trade for Maxx Crosby, and they draft, let's say, Dylan Thineman or whatever. They got 2 first-round picks. Well, I'll tell you what, that's going to be a pretty good football team. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to have playoff success, but they're going to be a good team. They're the number one offensive football player.
They'll be a threat in the East. I
agree. So just keep an eye on that. I mean, this is why I think the Eagles have to, yesterday we talked about making a splash. Eagles got to be aggressive, man. This is not the time to rest on your laurels, So if AJ, I'm so pissed off at him today with this Albert Breer thing. It really pissed me off. It's just, I think it was Prince in the chat. Prince is normally good about stuff like this. He's like, brothers fight, teammates fight, but that's different. What he did this time, that's turning your back.
Yeah.
I can't trust you anymore. You're a Judas. I think that's the perfect word for it. For those who don't know, look up Judas.
Jerome Brown and I would fight like fucking dogs.
Yeah.
And get this, we would wrestle. Jimmy used to have, but publicly, you would think we were love brothers. Maybe behind the scenes it was a little rougher, but I'll tell you what, man. I'd never turn my back on that guy. And I'd never turn my back on Michael Irvin. You know the things I know about Michael Irvin I would never say? Dude, they would shock your fucking pants.
I believe it.
Okay, but you know what? I would, and you know what? Why he loves me? He loves me because I would never turn my back. When you do shit like that, and you come out and you start doing this, my quarterback, he basically said this: I need a better quarterback because the guy I have sucks. And
Same quarterback that's got him 5K yards in 4 years. Again, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm delusional. I understand that Jalen Hurts is a certain type of player and has, if you want to call them deficiencies, you can call them deficiencies. Every player has them. I understand that. But again, we got to be honest about the full context. This is also the quarterback that got him 2 max contracts.
Yep.
That has a ring on his finger. Yep. That gave him all the success that he's had, or has been a big part of the success that he's had.
Totally.
I mean, what a fucking snake.
That's just a back. That's just a stab in the back. All right. Well, let me ask you then. So, yesterday, and obviously 97.5 and all these other guys now they're stealing bullshit from us here about the Patriots and such. By the way, that All City people, they were all over my LinkedIn. You can tell when somebody's looking at your bullshit. There's like 7 guys that were on my LinkedIn yesterday. And, we have the insight that the Patriots have offered a 2-3. I went back and asked my friend again about them pursuing. Supposedly, Xander, you ready for this one? They're calling every day. Patriots are calling every day.
I wouldn't send them to the Patriots.
Why? Because that's where he wants to go?
Yeah, fuck you, not going to the Patriots. They don't even want to give us a 1 anyway. You get Jets, Cleveland, Raiders. And you don't get the pick.
You want to send them to those teams. You want to send them to the basement. So wait a minute. If you don't play ball in Xander's world, I'm sending your ass. I'm sending your ass to the Jets. I'm sending your ass to places like Cleveland and Carolina and them fucking places, right?
Dude, this is the number 1 wrench in the Eagles organization right now.
It is.
We'd honestly be having a pretty nice offseason right now if it wasn't for this bullshit.
Yeah.
So you're making Howie's life hard. Now you're slandering your quarterback. And by the way, I saw someone say they didn't see any post from Albert Breer. It was on Albert Breer's podcast that he does. He does a podcast. He's very big. He's very credible. Yeah, very credible. So if you listen to the podcast, you'll hear him talk about him saying, Sileo did not make this up. Albert Breer said this on his podcast that at the end, he insinuated A.J. Brown wants to get with a quarterback that's going to get him the football. So it's it happened. It's not fake news. It's not
over at my X account. You can listen.
It's on there. So I listened to the full podcast, and it almost reads like AJ's agent called Albert Breer directly.
Yes.
And told him basically.
Well, and you know what? I don't think a lot of people get, and John tries to educate all the people that watch your show, that all these deals that come out here. Let me pick one here, Z. And I'm going to go and I'm going to do a normal one. Watch this here.
AJ to the Browns.
That would suck. That would suck. All right, here.
AJ to the Browns.
Okay, here's one here. Watch this. Rams signed Cam Curl to a 3-year, $36 million contract.
Good deal for them. That's a good team.
3 years, $36 million contract, okay? And it could be as high as $39 million, right? Well, where do you think he got that from? These deals can't be public until next Wednesday. They have to go through the NFL Players Association and Park Avenue before they're legal in public. Who do you think they're telling that to? The agents are going to people like Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport. They're going to people like Diana Rossini, and they're telling them, here's the deals that are going to be cut this weekend, 3 years, $36 million. So this is all agent talk. And what you just said about the agent going to Albert Breer and saying that, he basically went to him and said, we're doing our due diligence. We did our work. And the quarterback is not good enough for A.J. Brown. He doesn't want to play with him anymore. And that guy, again,